Original information that we received about the Go Fast vessels basically was, I believe it came from aircraft spotted the Go Fast vessel. They were headed north off of the Bahama Banks, and we gave chase.
At the time, we only thought it was one that we were chasing until we realized that we were chasing one after a good while and it was a different vessel. At that time, more assets came out and verified that there was our 3 vessels, 2 of them being refueling vessels and 1 of them with migrants on board.
After the vessels failed to heave to, we basically focused our attention on the vessel that had the migrants on board, and we had help with the customs aircraft. We directed the Coast Guard cutter Farallon and the Coast Guard cutter Ocracoke to proceed to head to the other 2 vessels that took off and ran at different courses, and we just kept our focus on the main vessel that had the migrants on board.
After the vessels failed to heave the first time, or at least the one vessel that we dealt with, we turned on the blue lights and we went after the chase.
Once on scene, the vessels did not respond to our commands to stop at the time. They stopped when one of the migrants injured his head and they needed assistance.
Once the Go Fast vessel was stopped, at the time I was the conning officer, which I was driving the ship, and I had to maneuver out of the way from the Go Fast vessel because they were about to run around into our bow. I maneuvered the ship into a position where they can actually come alongside, and the whole crew basically went down and assist the migrants come on board our vessel.
Once the vessel was stopped, they pulled up alongside our starboard beam. We realized at that time that they were all frantic and they were all just in a hurry to get off the boat.
We saw that there was 1 Cuban migrant down on the deck severely injured, and the rest of the Cuban migrants were frantically trying to jump aboard our vessel for safety.
We calmed them down a little bit. I was able to pull one gentleman aside and just get the information from him instead of having everyone screaming at us. Then we pulled them all off one by one, and the 1 migrant was left on board for the EMTs to go down and help them out.
We found that there was a severely injured Cuban male with a severe head laceration. I jumped down along with 2 of my BTM members to proceed giving the CPR and address the head wound and stabilize the gentleman's neck and just try to resuscitate him.
That night, I want to say it was 4 to 6 feet out. Center console with 31 people on board is just not safe at all. I believe when we got alongside, we realized that the center console of that boat was completely ripped out from people just holding on to it and trying to keep themselves safe. And then we are humanitarians and we do save lives. That's the #1 thing that we're concerned with. So balancing everything out is kind of tough, but in the end, with cases like this where we try our best and we do our best and we train hard and we're prepared, it feels good that we're able to help these people out as much as we are.